ladies and gentlemen, it gives me a privilege and an opportunity which I greatly value in inviting me to address this distinguished gathering on such an interesting occasion. The building which His Excellency has just been pleased to declare open is the gift of a great businessman. It is a building worthy of the donor and worthy of the cause. It will serve and also recognizes no boundaries of creed or country. He believes in doing good to his fellow men, be they his own countrymen or others. There is something peculiarly noble and elevating in a charity of this kind. The world is the better for it. Those whom it reaches are doubly benefited by it, that is to say, materially and spiritually. For that better inspiration can those who work and play wear hope for than the reflection that they owe this fine building to one so remote in race and dwelling, yet so remote in race and dwelling, yet so close in generous fellowship. I would ask the young men and others who are undergoing training in this splendid institution to think constantly and gratefully of the donor of this building. No less notable is the generosity of those who have organized this training. They are devoting their lives to the service of an alien people. Surely they are no merely our benefactors, but an example and an inspiration to all of us. It is only necessary to look around us with open eyes and contemplate the low level of physical development and health in our people to see how vital such a movement as that which this building represents is to the well being of India. Our realization of this is increased when we remember that the death rate of India is among the largest in this world's records and the average length of life among the smallest. The extreme importance of physical culture is stale in our theory and all but ignored in our practice, and our practice, when stimulated, tends to rush along in the wrong path. I commend to other institutions the common sense of this one in its cult of the perfected normal. The physical aim of physical culture ought to be simply the body's health and efficiency, and it is high time that the public condemned as outrageous those whose craze is abnormal development of some kind or other. To be able to lift enormous weights is not really virtuous, even physical. The ability to stop motor cars or endure all sorts of subhuman jumping is not enviable or a good example. We ought to expel the showman element entirely from our physical culture ideas because they give wrong aims to our boys. Not trick performers but sound men are turned out by this college. There is no wastage of effort or time. Even man turned out is both an example and a trained preceptor of health, energy, and endurance, the three great physical lacks of the country. Again, a considerable part of the curriculum on this purely physical side is concerned with health from other point of view than that of mere exercise. All that hygiene in its widest sense can mean diet, fresh air, sanitation, control of disease is so dealt with here that any one of the hundreds of men who go out of this college is likely to find himself in any health emergency equal to the situation, but it is the steady, powerful work of these men that will prove the value of this training. Each man will be a missionary of wholesome living and of village transformation. Every graduate is a debtor to the poor and illiterate. But how great is the responsibility of the countryman to his neighbors, of each one of the comparatively few that can come here to obtain great need at the present time. It is noteworthy that even during the training, village project is in health and sanitation and social customs are assigned to the students for their practical work. I am perfectly sure they all realize that the village project is an important part of their duty for all the remainder of their lives. All points dealt above are the factors supporting the real requirements of the training needs. However, after realizing the necessity of survival factor, he also came forward to the cause of serving the food needs too as a package of donation in full to the needy. In this direction, he deposited sufficient funds to meet and generate the staff requirements such as recruiting of a cook, manager, caretaker of the premises, besides ensuring to provide essential rice, groceries, edible oil, vegetables, milk, etc. on a continuous basis. Finally, there was also a proposal to conduct yoga classes as a part and parcel of a new curriculum. By doing so, this building not only remains as a building for teaching and building physical culture but also for overall development of body and mind. With these concrete proposals placing in front of you, I inaugurate this building wholeheartedly, thanking you. Dear sirs, at the very outset, we wish to thank you immensely, for placing your valuable orders to supply huge quantities of our various products and are eagerly to meet the same according to your schedule. We are also ready to dispatch the quantities as per your requirement as desired by you. As you are aware, in the backdrop of recent floods and incessant rains throughout South India, all types of business people are facing difficult situations, especially in economic front. It may not be a surprise to mention here that the prices of all the primary basic necessities have risen to a new height because of the short supply of food materials, including edible oil, vegetables, etc. Sellers are facing lesser sales volume, resulting in less sales turnover and thus yielding lesser profit. Consequent to this, housing segment is also facing a newer type of difficulty in earning rental income as the tenants are vacating the houses and shifting to a much lower rented houses as they are unable to meet the inflated rates what they are paying at present on the one side, and on the other side the house owners are also getting lesser rental amounts. This is a record event over happened till now. In fact, the cost of secondary basic necessities such as water, electricity, transportation, electronic appliances have also been risen to a newer and costlier tip so as to derive higher profit margins for meeting these needs. Putting together the overall situations, we are constrained to revise our prices to fetch only 20% extra on the rates quoted earlier to you. We hope this increase in margin can be easily recovered by you by increasing the rates on your finished products accordingly, so that we all can overcome the situation and trimmed as per the theory of survival for the fittest. You may please be rest assured that, however the situation, we are not going to compromise by providing the lesser quality of our products, which is why we are raising the rates on our products. Therefore, we request you to cooperate and continue your patronage with us. Thanking you, yours faithfully.